I've lived in my quiet suburban home for 6 years, and I've always been the neighborly type. My name is Sarah, and I take pride in my garden and my privacy. But last month, a new neighbor named Linda moved in next door, and she brought a massive amount of entitlement with her. Linda is the kind of person who treats the entire neighborhood like it's her personal HOA. Within a week, she told me my flower beds were too colorful and that my oak tree was dropping leaves on her pristine lawn. The real trouble started when I came home from work to find a construction crew in my backyard. Linda had hired them to build a massive 6-foot privacy fence. The problem? They weren't building it on the property line. They were building it 3 feet deep into my yard. When I confronted her, Linda just waved her hand and said, "Oh, Sarah, don't be so dramatic. I checked the old maps online. This is technically my land. You should be thanking me for paying for the fence." I felt my blood boil. She wasn't just taking my grass. She was trying to steal my property. Before we get to the moment Linda's free fence cost her more than she ever imagined, make sure to subscribe for more stories like this every single day. Also, I want to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever had a neighbor try to claim your land? How did you handle the dispute? I'll be reading all your answers. Now, back to the drama. Linda thought that because she spoke the loudest, she was the one in charge. She ignored my warnings and told the crew to keep digging. If you're enjoying this bit of neighborly karma, hit that subscribe button right now and drop a comment about your worst neighbor story. Every interaction helps the channel grow. What Linda didn't know was that when I bought this house, I had a professional, legal-grade land survey done and recorded with the city. I knew exactly where my property ended, down to the inch. I didn't call the police right away. Instead, I waited. I waited until the crew had finished the entire fence, a beautiful, expensive cedarwood structure that must have cost her at least $5,000. Once the final nail was driven and Linda was out on her porch admiring her new boundary, I walked over with a manila envelope. I handed her the certified survey and a notice of encroachment from my lawyer. Linda started laughing, saying, "Nice try, Sarah, but I'm not moving it." I just smiled and said, "Oh, I don't want you to move it, Linda. According to the law in this county, any structure built on my property without a permit or my written consent becomes my property. And since it's technically my fence now, I've decided I don't really like the look of it." Linda's face went pale. I had already called a different crew to arrive that afternoon. While Linda watched from her window, screaming and crying, my team dismantled the fence and moved the high-quality cedar panels into my garage for future use. Because she had built it illegally on my land, she had no legal right to stop me. Not only did she lose her $5,000 investment, but the city also fined her another $1,000 for building without a permit. Today, I have a beautiful new deck made from donated cedar wood, and Linda has a very expensive dirt line where a fence used to be. She doesn't talk to me anymore, which is honestly the best gift she ever gave me. I learned that fences make good neighbors, but legal surveys make even better ones. If you loved this ending, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.